Marathon Expo is now the Boston Marathon Expo.
Hey everybody, Bob Babbitt here, Breakfast with Bob, Boston edition, presented and hosted by Hyland. Stop your cramp, not your race, by Polar. Check out the Polar Vantage M and the Marathon edition, and UCAN. Perform, workout, energize. We are so excited to have the race director of the Boston Marathon kicking off everything for Boston. His name is Dave McGillivray. Big D, how you doing?
Hey, Bob. Hey, this is called Breakfast with Bob, right?
Where's the breakfast?
Where's the breakfast?
The breakfast it's on the way. It's on the way, brother. On the way.
So it's Christmas.
Yeah.
It's on the way.
First of all, how you feeling? I know you've had a lot of heart issues, but you're looking great.
Well, thanks. Can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
But I feel really good, relatively speaking. After open heart triple bypass surgery, the conventional response to that takes about a year.
Right.
It's been 6 months.
It's only been 6 months.
6 months. So I feel 6 months worth better.
Right.
I have a ways to go. But at the same time, I think my curve in recovery might be a little quicker than the norm, only because of the fitness level going
Exactly.
in. So with that in mind, I feel pretty good.
And you're still going 47th in a row?
Right.
47th. So you're race director all day, and then hopefully we won't have rain, but if we do have rain, so then you go out at 5 o'clock-ish and start your own marathon with a group of 10, 12 folks running with you.
You got it.
And that's going to be a long day for 47th in a row.
Don't remind me. I'm taking 1 hour, 1 minute at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's certainly a daunting concept, I guess. But I've been doing this now this will be 32 years at night. I know what I'm up against.
Right.
Now I'm faced with 2 additional challenges. One is the recovery of heart surgery, and 2 is the weather conditions. But bring it on,
Right.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, I suppose. There is a degree of concern, and I think there might be some people out there who are thinking I'm being reckless. I get it.
Right.
I understand that. I would never put my life in jeopardy.
Sure.
I know my own body. I have had numerous conversations with my heart surgeon about this. He gave me the thumbs up after an evaluation a few weeks ago, but it was with caution.
Right.
So I do have some medical people with me in my training over the last few months. I've learned a different approach. When I used to go out and train, I'd hit a hill and I'd hammer it. I don't hammer hills anymore, at least not right now. It's more like give in a little bit,
Right.
more cut back versus push forward. So it's a different approach, a different mindset to what I'm used to, but I think I've done enough training just to sort of appreciate that,
Yeah.
recognize that, and respond to that.
So talk a little bit about Jack Middlemiss. Well, it sounds like an amazing young man.
So my son Luke had a teacher named Kate Middlemiss, Jack's mother.
Yeah.
So we got friendly with the family. Jack's brother Joe, a number of years ago, at age 7, died of cardiomyopathy.
Oh my God.
And then Jack was born with the exact same illness, cardiomyopathy, and was on the donor list, waiting for a heart. And lucky for him, last February, there was a match, and he had heart transplant surgery. Well, over the course of the last 3 or 4 years, our family has gotten close, and I've gotten really close with Jack, especially after being diagnosed with severe coronary artery disease. We had something very
There's a connection.
in common.
Yeah.
And then he had the surgery, and then I had the surgery. So there's a delicate bond between the two of us. And I know he likes medals, so every time I run a race now, I get a medal, I give it to him. When I did the World Marathon Challenge last year, I gave him all my medals from the World Marathon Challenge. And then a few months later, we were having a race in his brother's honor, and he gave me all the medals back again. And then I contacted the race producer, and I said, any chance I can get a second set of these medals to give it to a friend? And I got a second set, and I gave them back to him. So it's been one of these back and forth things. And, you know, we ran in a race together on the track a few months ago, and he beat me. And so the other day we had another race in front of my house, and we tied. So I said, hey, Jack, I'm recovering. I said, next outing, man, you know, you're toast. I'm going to get you. He says, no, you're not. I'm going to beat you. So it's a friendly rivalry now.
So when you do something like where you do all 7 marathons in 7 continents in 7 days, you got to feel like you're in pretty good shape. And then coming back from that and then realizing that you need major heart surgery, I mean, going back, you were always fit. You were always ready to race. But then you realize you weren't healthy. There was something going on. This must have been the same type of thing. Wait a second, I just did 7 marathons in 7 days in 7 continents, and now you're saying I need triple bypass?
It was actually worse than the first time I was diagnosed because I thought I beat it.
Because you changed it. I remember when the doctors told you need to do this, this. I'm going to do it without the surgeries. I'm going to do it by change. You changed. You snap of a finger. You changed all your nutrition.
Right on the operating table.
Yeah.
Not bad. And Bob, a lot of lessons learned here. When I first was diagnosed, my very first response to it was embarrassment. I'm embarrassed because, like, how can I have this after the investment I've made in my own health and fitness in terms of the last 50 years, and this is what I get?
Yeah.
You know, and so it was embarrassment, self-pity.
A little anger, too.
And then I went through the 5 stages of denial, no, this can't be, to anger,
yeah,
to negotiating with the doctors. Are you sure? You want to take another peek? To, like, being depressed, I can't believe this is happening, to finally acceptance.
Right.
And then I said, hey, now I'm on a different mission. You know, there's a public safety campaign that says, if you see something, say something. My new campaign is, if you feel something, do something.
Right.
So just because you're fit doesn't mean you're healthy. That's sort of the takeaway for me. And now I want to create an awareness amongst all my peers. And I know a lot of friends, since they found out I had this situation, they've come clean with me and say, hey, some of the best athletes, and you know them all,
exactly,
who have heart illness, and I didn't know that they did.
Dave Scott, we've got a number of our athletes who've had
There
Greg
you go.
Welsh,
Okay.
and the
There you
fittest
go.
people on the planet,
There you go.
who've always watched their nutrition, done everything right.
And the hope is that, you know, these athletes, you know, we all, as you just alluded to, we all feel invincible, that we can punch through anything, or if we do feel something, we're in denial.
Yeah.
And the problem is that when you're in denial, you go out for a run, you may not come home. And I had 7, 8 friends of mine who actually that happened to. They went out for a run one day and they never come home. And for me, once I accepted it, I said, you know, I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm getting a second chance.
Right.
At least I could feel something, some discomfort in my chest, some difficulty breathing that made me act on it. And if I didn't act on it, I may not be sitting here talking to you right now.
So next year, 2020, 40th anniversary of the 1980 Ironman. And you, myself, Dave Scott, Kurt Madden, it's amazing when you think back. 108 of us, we had no clue what we were doing. When you look back and you think, oh my God, I can't believe we've come so far. And the sport has come so far.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because I did a lot of my athletic accomplishments back in that era.
Right,
you know,
you ran
the
across the country, yes.
Late 70s, the early 80s, did 1980 Hawaii, then did 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, and then, you know, kind of moved on to other things.
Right.
And now we're celebrating these anniversaries, 40 years, and so people say to me all the time, what's your best accomplishment? And I always say my best accomplishment is my next one. So my next accomplishment would be Monday,
yes,
after coming back from heart surgery, and then maybe the next one after that could be
coming back,
joining you guys.
We'll do a little group and go back to Kona next February and maybe celebrate 40 years.
That would be fun.
I think really fun. Dave, as always, have a fun time out there on Monday. I try to stay dry.
Relatively speaking, I get it.
I'm guessing you're not looking for PRs on Monday.
No.
It's just like, let's get from point A to point B and feel good along the way. Now, will Jack be out there?
Yeah, they're going to be waiting for me at the finish line. So I have 9 people who did the World Marathon Challenge who are joining me.
Yep.
And a few other friends. And, you know, and a lot of people said they'll be waiting at the finish line around 10 or 11 o'clock at night, hopefully to see me finish.
Love it. Dave, as always, thanks for being such a class act. Thanks for everything you've done for our sport.
Thanks, Bob. Now can I have my breakfast?
Your breakfast is on the way. Your way. Trust me, Dave. Trust me.
The way.
Dave McGillivray has been our guest. Hold on, everybody. We will be right back. How'd it go?